everyone, my name is Tatiana. I have here one of my pet projects, which I'll tell you a little bit about. So let's get started. I am going to be repotting this Pilea Peperomiodes plant, also known as a Chinese money plant or a friendship plant, or like by a bunch of other common names. Here is mine here. I have another story time about this plant. So I've actually been talking to one of my best friends from home about this plant a lot, and she was talking about it so much. Like, she had one that kind of wasn't doing well, had some root rot or something going on with it, and it was like dying slowly but surely, and she is now trying to propagate the last of it to see if it will survive and if there's any hope. And as she was talking about it, I was like, I kind of just want one. It's on my list, let me just get it. And I was also heartbroken by it. My boyfriend devastatingly shattered some of my terracotta pots and put in an order at Home Depot to make it up to me, and we had to hit a shipping minimum, and this was part of the order. So we ordered this plant online, and heartbreakingly it showed up looking like absolute shit. Even now I'm not convinced that this doesn't look terrible, and it's kind of depressing to look at, which is why I want to repot it. Half of the leaves were completely smashed and ripped off, torn off. Dirt was covering the entire plant, which was really depressing, and half of the pups had fallen out of the soil. It was just really, really sad to open it. So it definitely looks better now. I gave it some water, some sunlight. It had no everything was flat. You should have seen how flat it was before. So it does have a little bit more life in it, which is good. But I do want to take these little pups that are growing in here. There's about 5 or so, and kind of replant them between these two pots here, so they have a little bit more room to grow and get bigger. And then I want to repot these two kind of larger stems that I have here into the same pot. So again, it has more room to grow and kind of revive itself. So yeah, that is my plan. Kind of scared, but there's really nothing worse that could happen to this plant than it already is. Oh no, it is half of it has ripped off. The roots are not looking good. There's some weird growth under here, which, oh, okay, that's fine. That's why we're doing this. It's such a mess in here, and it didn't help that it was literally, I think the shipping or whatever, they just kind of threw this box all over the place and kicked it and did not give a fuck about what was inside, even though it was labeled as a plant. But it's okay. If I did that job, I probably would be throwing packages around, not gonna lie. They have a lot to do with little time. I will say though, Home Depot did give a refund for this plant and was kind of keep it or throw it away. We're sorry about that. I was trying to just be can I send this back and get a new plant? And they were whatever, we don't want to deal with it. So yeah, so it's okay. Again, I don't throw plants away. That is a sin. So I'm just going to try to revive it and do my best. I'm honestly overwhelmed looking at this right now. Sorry, I need to collect myself. When you see a plant that has just gone through shit, it's so heartbreaking. Why am I gonna cry right now? I don't even want to think about it. Doesn't this just look diseased? What is going on here? It's so depressing. So this is what we have. I get so freaked out about doing this and hurting some roots or whatever, but it's a little bit of suffering now for better growth in the future is kind of how I see it. So maybe a couple of the roots get damaged now, but we're gonna try to fix it. So I think I'm gonna start by kind of pulling away the pups. There's just so much going on here that is so confusing to me. What is this weird lip mouth here that's Hello there, my name is Pilea. Pleasure to meet you. Like, what? Like, what am I supposed to do here? Okay. I'm just a clown. I see this one pot. I'm just like basic. I haven't really done this on this kind of plant before. Obviously, this is my first time having it. So I'm just like kind of following what I have seen other people do and whatnot. I've heard that this plant also like roots really, really well. So I'm trying not to be too freaked out about like if any roots get damaged or whatever. I am not loving what's happening right now. Am I regretting what I did? Only everything I do I regret. Where do I even like take this? What do I even do? Don't feel like just so overwhelmed when you're doing things. It always looks easier when other people do it. That's what I'll say. So I don't want you guys to think that I am not real. I'm like one of you guys, like trying to figure shit out with your plans. You know, just trying to like do the best by them, be a good person, learn as I go, read up on things, but like how do you really become a good parent other than just like figuring it out, you know? My loneliness. What if I just like killed it more? That's what I'm thinking about. Like what if it was like gonna be okay and I just like kind of did it worse. Oop. I just broke a leaf off that looked pretty healthy compared to everything else. I think I'm gonna need to do some propagation is what I'm getting out of this. So there's like this piece here that I'm gonna cut away. Okay. So this here, oop, it's broken. So I've got this little guy that I'm going to propagate, and not planned, but propagate. And hopefully grow roots on that. God, it smells like, do you guys like the smell of dirt? Am I crazy? It smells so good. Kind of add in a question mark here. I really don't want to do more damage, but like, I don't know, I just don't think it was in a good place. I'm a Libra, so I'm indecisive. So as soon as I start something like this, I'm like, should I have done something else? Should I have done something this, something that? These leaves do not look healthy now that I'm really looking at them. My loneliness. So yeah, I think what I'm kind of changing my court, I think I can propagate. Like it's got little areas where roots can grow. So I think that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm making a mess if you haven't noticed. Why did I do this, you might ask? I don't know, I just make decisions and I just do them. This is like hurting my back.
My name's Edward. I'm calling about
You can hear my boyfriend talking to someone, which is just classic. Okay. This is not looking too hot. What do you guys think? Should I just stop and like plant this back? I think 3 feels like a good experiment right now. Like I don't want to mess everything up. I still have 3 in here, 3 little ones. So, 4 actually, 1, 2, yeah, wait, yeah, 4 little ones. So I might just kind of experiment with these 3 that I took, see if they propagate. If I do get roots from them and it is successful, then I can kind of tackle this again. But I feel like anything else I do right now would just be more damage. So I'm going to put some soil back in here. Does it look worse? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I didn't think that's kind of what I would do. I thought it would be a little easier to kind of get some stuff out of here, but I do think there's like a little more room now to grow. There's really nothing worse that could happen to this plant. There's really nothing worse that could happen to this plant. Shit. Oh no. My court. Ah. Here are the little pieces I got from the Pilea, oh my god, I lost one, okay, that I'm going to do some propagating with, and I will show you guys how I do that another time.